Hello.
Bet y'all thought we weren't coming. 7:30 every Monday.
Every Monday, 7:30, Sex Talk with Sexual Enigma.
Sexual Enigma.
Oh, yes. We're super excited about tonight.
Very excited about this month.
This whole month.
It's off the chain.
The whole month. We about to go in on these erogenous zones.
Erogenous zones.
I don't know what that was.
That
wasn't it.
Go ahead. Who are you?
Oh, I'm Robin. Nice to meet everyone. My name is Robin. Welcome to our live. And I am a personal trainer, a yoga trapeze instructor, and a group fitness instructor. And if you like, you can follow me at flyfit_RJ. And I am half of Sexual Enigma.
Yes. Hi, everyone. And I'm Tamara. I'm a yoga and Pilates instructor, also a Group X instructor. And follow me at Fit Healthy Soul. And I'm the other half of Sexual Enigma.
You want to tell them what Sexual Enigma is? I feel like I always do.
But I like the way you say it.
Okay.
I do. It flows so nicely.
Well, Sexual Enigma is focused on relationships and partnerships and allowing the partners to create a safe space to increase their trust, their vulnerability, and their intimacy.
Yes.
Helping them to level up in their relationship. And so we created workshops and couples retreats focused on that using mat-based yoga and yoga trapeze.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So when we do our topics, those are little snippets of what you could be getting when you come to our retreat or to our couples workshop.
Yes, and be looking for the retreat to happen soon.
Oh, yes. Very soon.
But you know what time it is.
Kombucha Wars!
What you got?
I have tonight K-Vita.
Again.
What? Pineapple peach.
Ooh!
Pineapple peach.
Pineapple And I have, please say the name for me.
Kefir, I think.
Yeah.
Kefir.
Yeah.
But it's by GT.
Yes, it's by GT. Mm-hmm. And it is pear ginger. You all know I love ginger. Love ginger. That's how I love ginger.
Let me tell you.
And it's a probiotic drink, so I'm not sure it's a kombucha, but it's a sparkling probiotic drink with fermentation. Yeah.
And it's made by a kombucha company, GT. But I think mine is going to win tonight.
We'll see. You know, last week I lost with the tart. That thing was tart. I was like,
you did. You lost bad last week.
Woo! Anyway, go ahead and open yours. Make sure it doesn't overflow.
And so my co-host, being the sweet young lady that she is, she brought me some pineapple. Yeah. So since I got pineapple peach situation happening here, I'm just going to mix the two and let them do what it do.
Why
not? Ooh,
why not?
Look at all that bubbly.
That's beautiful.
It is.
And since I bought it and she did that, I said, let me try it too. That looks scrumptious. It's got a lot of head on it.
Uh-oh.
Just saying.
Just the eyebrow.
Just the eyebrow. Just that.
So, if you've been following our page, you know that tonight we are talking about erogenous zones.
Erogenous zones.
And for the entire month of September, our topic is erogenous zones, different areas of the body with different guests. We'll be having a guest on tonight in a little while, so be excited for that.
Yes, our first
Prepare your questions now.
Yes.
So erogenous zones for the entire month. And tonight's zone that we've coined is Touch Me Zone.
Touch me.
Hit it.
He said, are you tired?
Let's do it.
Let's have a sex talk. Wanna see your body take your clothes off?
What she say?
Yeah, let's have a sex talk. Got a big boy, then pull it out. Make it feel like the first time. I don't get tired, let him wear that.
Yes, Megan Thee Stallion.
That's right.
Let's have sex talk.
Let's have the sex talk. Be ready.
Be ready.
Okay, did you taste yours?
Oh, no, but I know what it tastes like.
Oh, you do? You've had?
It's good.
It's good?
It's good.
Okay. She said hers was good without... Okay. Okay. Well,
and this extra piece of pineapple up in here. Okay. It's sitting there right.
Here's mine. I had the pear ginger.
You're not a
That's
fan?
good. No, it's
okay.
good. I was just trying. Well, I was thinking I was going to get a little bit more pear, more ginger. I think and with the pineapple, just give it a little.
Let's have a sex talk.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get into it. Erogenous zones.
Yes. Erogenous. Does everyone know what that is? Why don't you break it down for us?
Erogenous is basically from the Greek word eros, meaning love, and genus, meaning producing. So it's love producing.
Love producing.
That's from the Greek. It comes from the Greek word.
Even if it's for that night.
Oh,
just saying.
Produce some love.
For that night. Or for...
Produce something.
Something. Oh, get the hell out of here. So I'm just playing. Erogenous, sensitive to sexual stimulation. Right? So we're talking about erogenous zones. So the definition per Google is an area of the body that has heightened sensitivity, the stimulation of which may generate a sexual response, such as relaxation, sexual fantasies, which we talked about last week. If you missed it, I'm just saying, check it out. Sexual arousal and orgasm. It should. If it doesn't, they're not doing it right.
Listen.
They're not touching it right.
Listen.
I'm just saying.
So tonight,
that's a problem.
In our Touch Me Zone, we'll be talking about these specific places. Your scalp, neck, ears, armpit, inner arm.
Armpit?
Yeah. Wrist, palm, fingertips.
Nice.
Yeah. Those are all erogenous areas of your body.
Well, last week we talked about fetishes, and one was the armpit.
Yes. And so everyone has an erogenous zone.
Yeah.
Like, my areas of sensitivity may be different than her areas of sensitivity, but we still have areas of sensitivity. And so these are just some locations that can intensify like a full body tingle if it's touched in a certain way.
Touch the right way.
Touch the right way.
Touch me the right way. And don't touch me at all. Okay?
Yes. So tonight's guest is Ricky Rozier.
Ricky.
He is an alumni of Winston-Salem State University. He graduated with an exercise science degree and former 2-time CIAA champion. Ricky is a massage therapist that focuses on clinical massage, body work, utilizing deep tissue and neuromuscular techniques. His passion for the anatomy and the healing of the human body has led to his understanding of the sense of touch and proper pressure techniques. And so Ricky
should know how to touch you.
Listen. What? Listen, this massage therapist is versed, and we're very excited to have him join us tonight on live.
Yes.
So I'm going to add him in.
Add him in.
If I remember. There we go.
There you go.
Give us 1 second, guys. I'm finding Ricky to add him in.
Ricky.
Also, while we are getting that together, definitely, if you have some questions about erogenous zones and you want to add that to your list. Oh, I think he might have dropped out. So when Ricky gets back, we'll add him in. I think he accidentally got dropped out of the room. Anyway,
you have some stuff on.
I sure do. So we're gonna get started.
I'm saying
on some other things. Wow, while we check in on Ricky.
Right.
But so the places that we talked about, right? Scalp, neck, ears, blah blah blah. Let's start with the top of your head. Your crown, all of this.
Yes, all of it.
So many nerve endings that it is the prime place for you to feel a little tingle.
So is that one of yours?
I think it can be, but it's not necessarily like the one for me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it can be, especially if like you're in tune with what's happening with that gentle touch. But if you're doing a massage on the scalp, and then you really focus around the top of the ear, right up in here.
Yes.
Start playing with the little earlobes. All of this can produce a little tingle down the spine.
Yes.
And then into other places.
Yes, it can.
So that's a good one to utilize that area of the body. Listen, a good scalp massage can get anybody, and especially when you get back here.
Yes, I was gonna say that is the
on
spot.
the nape of
and
the
right
neck.
here too.
Where?
Right here.
Right there.
Yes, and just put
that's feeling
I
good.
told you.
At the base of the neck and the nape of the neck.
Yes.
Those two places. A gentle caress, maybe a little lick, whatever you need. It'll send some chills down the
like
whole
a little
body.
leg. Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Touch me.
Yes.
What next?
So also with the scalp, some things to not forget is a good tug of the hair. So you can do a nice little tug. You can do a full-on grip and pull down, whatever you want.
I like that.
But don't forget that the hair is a part of the scalp,
Yes.
and it likes to be pulled. I don't mind having my hair pulled.
I don't mind it either. Just don't snatch it good. You know what I'm saying?
I don't want that. But a little, one of those. Gotta rope back.
Hold on.
That's what I need. That's what I'm ready for. All right. So ears are another sensitive spot on the skin. And because there's so many sensory receptors on the inside and outside of your ear, that it makes for an erogenous zone.
Inside and outside. Okay.
So like a little nibble, a little, you can even like do a soft whisper or a slight blow into the ear. That does some things for people.
Does it do something
Yeah,
for you?
I'm not an ear person.
Okay, I'm not either.
Let me tell you why.
You tell yours, and I'll tell mine. Because I got one.
I just be thinking about earwax. And then like, I don't want to taste your earwax. Also, I don't want you to taste my earwax. I don't find it...
It's not a reciprocal thing.
No, but a touch on my ear. So, like, you could, kind of play with my ear. That's different than, like, slopping down my ear. Yes.
I'm going with you with that. I don't like the tongue in the ear. That's like just like all wet willy.
Yeah, it is.
I don't hate it, but it doesn't do anything for me. You could probably the blow in the ear just sounds like a wind tunnel. I'm just keeping it real, people. I'm just keeping it real. You could whisper something, dirty talk.
Yeah,
I like that, but not the tongue. No.
Yeah.
That's so much.
Going back to just not even going back, but also reiterating that whatever you're doing with your partner, there should be a level of understanding and consent and safe words.
Yes.
And so one of our viewers very much appreciated, just reminded us of that. And so I wanted to share is that, some of these things may not be wanted by your partner.
Right. That's why there's communication between you and your partner.
Yes. So thank you for that.
Yes.
Let's check in to see what's going on with Mr. Rozier.
Yes. And we always talk about communication with you and your partner during sex, whether it's dirty talk or fantasy or...
This is not even cancel.
It's not letting us do that.
It's not right now.
Well, Ricky, we gonna have to go ahead. What's the next one?
On to the next one. All right, so inner arm and armpit.
Let's talk about that.
Have you ever seen the movie Dirty Dancing? There was a scene in it. I think I saw it once, really long time ago. But there's a scene in it where the main character, the guy, which I don't remember his name, if anybody knows, let us know.
Right.
But he takes him. Do you mind if I demo? He takes the young lady's arm and lifts it up and comes from here with a light touch.
Oh, there was. Okay. I get that. I get that. I was like, Oh.
And so it's something about like the sensitivity and the tickleness associated with that area.
Yes.
Plus like the sexiness that happens with it if it's a light touch that gives the tingle.
Well, it's obvious it doesn't take much for me because I was she already had me. I was like, okay, so
Yeah.
that must be one of mine.
That's a good spot to like take the action from like silly to sexy. You know, like if you guys are playing around and doing some silly foreplay,
right?
That could be the transition.
Oh, just good with that.
Yes. And so a couple of things with that is that you can use fingertips, tongue, a light feather.
Yes.
Like textures are important when you're like getting in, you know?
Good.
So, okay, Mr. Rozier is ready. Let's check him out.
Ricky. We're waiting for Ricky.
So, but we're really excited.
Yes.
Those are some...
that touch was good already.
Ladies.
Hello.
How y'all doing? Oh, this way.
Yeah.
There we go.
Better? Cool. How y'all doing this evening?
Fine, how are you?
Mm-hmm.
Doing well. I apologize for my tardiness. You know, it's out here celebrating the holiday, Labor Day, so some family time out here.
Yeah. So definitely understand. No worries.
For sure.
So we got our audience. They are fully familiar with who you are and what you do. But feel free to share some other things about yourself and some tidbits that our audience members can take home with them.
Yes, we already went over
the scalp, the ear,
Okay.
the neck,
and the.
I'm easy.
Nice. All right. Yeah, so as you guys might have heard already, my name is Ricky Rozier. I'm originally from Connecticut, down here in Charlotte, North Carolina currently, and I'm a massage therapist. So that's my passion, what I do with working with bodies and getting people out of pain and back to the regular activities. So within that field, definitely have a lot of experience with those areas that can potentially get people excited, aroused, or even just ticklish, which is interesting because the body will show that response in different ways, but potentially for the same reason. They say between pain and tickleness, like that tickle sensation, that is an area where it's holds a lot of tension. So most definitely. So, you know, those areas we like talk about with your neck or, you know, the head or, you know, down on the underarms, those areas can hold a lot of tension for the body, that when, you know, touched, they can give a different response. So definitely when it comes to, 'cause I know one of the ideas, at least from my background, when it comes to whether you're trying to do a massage or trying to, you know, start with some foreplay or anything of that nature, you always want to be the main thing you want to be is be like aware of your pressure. Pressures can make or break the situation. You know, like you guys were talking about with the neck, you don't want to go in like a vampire and start, you know, sucking blood from somebody's neck and leaving marks. That's the movies. You don't want to go ahead and go intense, right? So it's all about having the touch and really being able to kind of be in touch with the body itself and listen to the body, what it's responding to. So that is something I guess probably my strongest point of emphasis as far as when it comes to being in contact with another's body.
So what are some of the telltale signs that someone is responding to a certain touch?
Right.
You know, some people are very quiet or they won't, you know, let out a verbal sigh or moan.
Right.
Internally, but the body will show you. So what is something that a partner could look for to be like, oh, I'm getting this person slightly aroused?
For sure. You're like, that's funny that you're talking about not everyone will respond verbally, because you might have like your quiet ones, then you also have your people who are very verbal and loud. So even within massage, you know, I do see those type of responses, and either side of the spectrum, the biggest thing that I pay attention to is the breathing. When you're able to breathe without thinking, like unconsciously just breathe, you're relaxed. Your body's is at ease. When you, like, you can imagine just like after a long day, you jump into your bed and you take that big sigh of relief. That's a sign of just relaxation and just you're at ease. So that is my tall tale sign as far as when in my line of work, massaging, and even in my personal private time with my significant other doing, being intimate, that is stuff that I look at or pay attention to as far as, okay, this is the right area I want to be in. This is where I need to apply maybe a little more pressure, maybe a little less pressure based off of how the body responds.
So for the arousal, since this is sex talk.
Right, for sure.
What do we have on there? See me squirm? I mean, what are the telltale signs that you've done hit the right spot?
Right. So for that, it's funny because you don't want to, like, it can be kind of deceiving with like a response of like tension too, because that's another response. We talk about see me squirm, you'll tense up and get squirmish.
Yeah.
But that can be a good thing, and that at times is where I would check in verbally, hey, like, did that feel good, or was that a good, was that yay, was that a nay? But because sometimes that squirm could be like, hey, back up, that's too much. You know what I'm saying? So it just all kind of depends, and that's also whether it be in your privacy, intimate space, or even with my line of work, being able to have that line of communication is something that I definitely, and like, line of communication, being aware of who you're dealing with, like that connection with your actual client or intimate other, significant other, just have the understanding of what they like and don't like.
Right.
And I would beg to question if you were to be able to have one of your one night stands and be able to go ahead and get that type of reaction, just because it's such an unfamiliar territory. And yet you don't know. And so like that communication and the understanding of that person's body would be so hard to gauge.
Right.
Because I find that the same way as far as like getting new clients. Like, I don't know what pressure they might like. And it's very, very verbal of like, okay, let me know if there's too much pressure. If so, I can give you more pressure, And that, like I said, once again, with communication is a big difference.
Right.
So that can translate even into your bedroom, essentially.
So as a massage therapist, what type of ways do you like to be touched?
Yeah.
All right. Personally, for me, I would say.
And as a man, like, do men's touch differently than?
Yeah, I've never asked another male how they like to be touched, so it's kind of tough for me to address on a general aspect. But for myself, I would say forearms and hands, neck, maybe. Right.
I'm glad for you.
Right.
And
anything,
neck, hands.
Forearms, neck, hands, because like, at least for me, my line of work, I use my hands so much. My hands are very like highly sensitive. I feel a lot in my hands. And so when they're always giving. So when I'm actually receiving attention to my hand, it's very, it gets me aroused.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure. That's actually a good point. But just from you saying that made me think those places where people are giving a lot and like holding tension, those usually are the places that are more sensitive.
Right.
And so knowing your partner's, idiosyncrasies and the things that they do throughout their day, and then focusing on that area as a way to help release some tension, and then using it as an erogenous zone in itself.
Right.
Be like awesome.
Exactly. So like, and then I think there's another, because you guys were kind of starting head down, a very I think missed location would be like your hip line, which also falls align with like talking about the tension that's held. As our society continues to evolve, we continue to be more, in the seated position throughout our days. Spend most of the time seated. So our hip flexors, our groin, our quads, all those muscles on the front end of our leg, all that holds a lot of tension. And so when you are touched there, which is also a very private region for you to be touched, it definitely does something. Just like I would imagine as a woman, when you have a man come from behind you and grab you by your waist and like press their body up against you, like that touch around your hip line could be pretty, significant.
Mm-hmm. Well, we will be talking about that area that you mentioned next week.
Next week. Okay. Well, I got to make sure I tune in to check it out.
Yes, with our Reiki healer, Kita Love.
Yes. Nice.
Here to talk about that and the sacral chakra and the hips and all of that and understanding like the touches. That
Right. One little personal note too, I like to add. Like I haven't been a big tattoo person, and within the last probably 7 or 8 years, I got 2 tattoos, and this is one of them right here on my arm, my forearm here, right?
Okay.
It's an Enigma symbol, and it means purpose. No, excuse me, it's not an Enigma symbol. It's a symbol from Kwanzaa, 5th day of Kwanzaa, which is Nia, which means purpose. Mm-hmm. So, with that aside, after having this tattoo, that area has definitely responded differently to touch. So that would be another thing to look into, like whether it be tattoos, scars, anything that might have had some type of trauma to it. Right. Yeah. So like that the sensitivity to that nerve ending and that under that skin can just give a different response than it normally would. Like touching my left forearm versus my right, definitely a difference based off that tattoo, I believe.
And I thought I read somewhere like the wrist.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. That is, yeah. For sure. For sure.
One thing that I
like
found,
a light touch or with pressure, like what? You're the mistake.
Yeah, pressure. It definitely depends on the person for sure. Right. Like you can never. It's like anything else. It's not one size fits all when it comes to people and their bodies. Everybody has, because like pressure can go, based off how big their wrists are or not, and or how their nervous system is set up. The nervous system and how it registers pressure is definitely what's really where it all lies in your nervous system. So say that again.
Fingertips. Now that should be kind of, and around.
Oh, most definitely.
Around down there, pull it a little bit.
Exactly. And so, like this palm area right up in here, that is that's my sweet spot as far as like whether I'm massaging, or just giving a gentle touch to just relax my significant other. Like that's my go-to area for the hand. This all up in this area, right up and through here.
Right in here.
Right up in there, yeah.
Yeah, y'all see it, know it.
Right.
And the fingertips.
Yes.
So definitely.
I was reading that the fingertips, they are the most sensitive to touch out of our entire body. Mm-hmm. Like spending time touching them and then like actually feeling the touch, if that makes sense.
Most definitely.
And then, playing with sucking on the fingertips while you hold their gaze, like those type of things.
That's nice.
Really, and they can get somebody ready.
For sure.
Mm-hmm. That was a good one. Okay. Well, what else you got? What else do you have, Ricky? Where else would we be touching? The back? I don't know. Shoulders, what?
Yeah. Like honestly, the whole like I said before, depending, because even with the trauma piece, people who might have had some type of car accident injury to where their backs are in a position like certain type of condition, they can respond to touch in a way where it can be a positive one or a negative one. But like that goes all entails into how a person communicates to their partner to understand what they really do like. Mm-hmm. So it's honestly like kind of free range. It's kind of trial and error, whatever you can find. But those are definitely the hip line, low back, around the traps area.
Oh,
Listen, one of the comments that just came in is nipples, and that is an erogenous zone.
Yes.
And
we were
talking about that next week.
Very good. Like I said, I'm gonna have to go ahead and check in.
Yes. Stay tuned. The entire month.
Yes. So, like, oil or no oil?
That's a good question.
Now that is a point to where it all kind of depends on skin type, because you got some people who have a little more oily skin than others, and so that's where I would go with that, especially kind of bringing it back to my field with massage. But when it comes to the intimate space, I would say
SexTalk. What
yeah, no, I got you, but I would definitely say more of the oil, because oil is a little bit more enjoyable when it comes to heating up. Lotion is not as lubricant as like a glide. We'll talk about glide when it comes to lubrication.
I have lots.
Right. Right. So definitely, I would say if I had to choose,
I know.
I would say oil.
It's just coming to me like that.
Right. You on it.
I'm not normally like this.
Right.
Oh my goodness.
But that's good to know. Like, cause some,
Yeah.
I've given massages without, and it's been okay. But with oil, you're like, yeah, this got the better.
Right.
Mm-hmm. The glide.
The glide.
Like you said, the glide.
It's all about the glide.
Yeah.
The glide.
For when I'm thinking about just kind of some of these locations that are being touched, I
Mm-hmm.
don't know. I feel like a light fingering of your hands or a caress, without any additional lubrication, for a lack of a better word,
Can definitely, yeah.
I think that can really stimulate on a different level than having.
Yeah.
Because like I can understand if you're
got
using
me.
the oil.
I was like,
Right. That's what I like to call that feather light touch. It's like a little feather, and just roll down your arm or down your leg, the inside of your leg.
Give me that feather-like touch.
Give me that feather.
Right. That which goes back to the pressures, man. Like it definitely, to get that stimulation, it doesn't always take the gripping and grabbing. Sometimes, like I said, a feather light touch can make a difference.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, okay. Do you have any more?
No, mine just keep popping up whenever I have them. So.
Right.
Well, Mr. Rozier,
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
thank you so much for joining us tonight.
It was definitely a pleasure. Definitely a pleasure. It's nice to meet you as well. I know we missed last conference call, but it's definitely nice to meet you. And y'all, I definitely be checking in throughout the weeks.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Come in, shoot us a question if you have.
Yeah. I'm definitely gonna be active as well. I'm gonna participate. So.
Oh yes. Room in here, they go for theirs.
Exactly.
We love sharing information and talking to each other, so it's great.
Nice.
All right, Mr. Rozier, thank you so much. And we will see you on the ground.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, you guys follow him. He is a massage therapist out of North Carolina.
Yes.
Can you share with them your IG handle or website that you'd like to give out?
Yeah, my IG handle is at Ricky Rozier, RICKY ROZIER. So here, in Charlotte, North Carolina, like Robin said, I am a massage therapist. I also have mobile services where I can show up to your place of business, your gym, or even your home. So definitely give it out whenever you need some service.
Yes.
Cool.
Woo, like on business.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right. Y'all have a good night and happy Labor Day. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank us.
I'm going to let you do it.
There you go. Bam. That was a lot of good information.
It was. I appreciated it. So some of the things that he mentioned was, of course, knowing your partner, the person that you are being intimate with,
communicating with your partner,
and figuring out the amount or the pressure of where you're touching,
how to touch, how much to touch,
getting that feather-like touch.
Right. What kind of touch?
Listen, give me that feather-like touch.
Yes.
And so we went over these specific parts of the body. If you're just joining us, we went over the scalp as your erogenous zone, ears, the nape of your neck, the inner arm down to the armpit.
That is serious. I've never.
Yeah,
that was good.
the wrist,
Yeah.
the palm of your hand, and fingertips.
Yes.
So all of those have lots of nerve endings in them, and with a nice feather-like touch, or depending on your partner, if they need more pressure in certain areas, that would be good to.
Yeah, communicate with your partners after this. Try it out. Let us know how it works. Just saying.
Also, try it on yourself. Figure out what places on your body really create arousal. And then you can tell your partner, oh, this is where I need you to be.
That's true. Being aware of your body.
And then one other thing that I'd love to leave with you all is places of trauma. Yes. He mentioned places of trauma are also places that have lots of potentially excitable nerve endings, which can be a place of arousal if touched the right way. So just be aware of that. Everybody has an erogenous zone. Yes. Whether it's one of the few that we talked about tonight, or if it's another location, which we might talk about next week and the week after and the week after.
That's right.
This whole month.
Erogenous zone.
Yes. So thank you so much for joining us tonight. Yes. I'm looking forward to next week. Yes. Next week we will be talking to Keita Love, a Reiki healer.
And what is it?
It is the Lick Me Zone.
Lick Me Zone.
Lick Me Zone.
So I can't wait.
Those locations are the navel and the lower stomach. Yes. The small of the back. And the areolas, the nipples. Yes. So that's where we will be discussing next week on Monday.
I'm at home for that.
SexTalk.
She better be ready. Y'all better be ready too.
Better be ready. Come with your questions. Come with your comments. Come with the love.
Yes.
And we will catch y'all when? Next week.
Next Monday, 7:30. And remember, tell a friend, bring a friend. Follow us on Instagram. For that. Do follow us on Instagram and subscribe to our channel on YouTube, because we also put them out. If you missed a week, you can always come to Instagram, but we also put them on YouTube. So please watch, subscribe, share with a friend, give a gift to a friend.
Listen,
Sexual Enigma. What?
Send one of your friends these talks. You got a partner that you're trying to tell something to, send them this talk.
Right. Send them the talk.
It'll be all right. Then you guys can have a talk. And that's where communication and openness and vulnerability and consent come in.
That's right. And that's when our workshops come in. Just saying.
Boop, boop. Good night.
Good night.